Hello everyone and welcome back to another video from Home Makeup. Before I start with our today's video, I would like to thank all our viewers who have liked and subscribed to our channel. And if you haven't done it so far, please don't forget to subscribe for our new releases every week. So friends, in our today's video, we will be talking about some of the mistakes that we all make when we are taking care of our Hoya plants. So this one is known as Hoya carnosa, and I have got one more variety of Hoya, which is Hoya australis. So as you can see, these two plants are very different from each other. Their leaves are different, their variegations are different, and their care needs are also different. So friends, first I'll give you a short introduction about Hoyas. Hoyas are also known as wax plants or porcelain flower plants or Indian rope plants as well, or Hindu rope plants as well. So friends, these plants are known as wax plants because of their waxy leaves, and porcelain flower plants because of the porcelain or ceramic type of flowers that they give out during the blooming season, which is spring and summer. And they are called Indian rope plants because these plants are native to the tropics and subtropics of southern Asia, basically South India. But nowadays these plants can be found anywhere around the world, in America, Africa, Australia, everywhere. So friends, there are more than 500 varieties, cultivars and hybrids of Hoya plants out there, and all these varieties, their care needs are completely different from each other. I won't say like completely, but maybe a little bit different from each other. And that is what we need to keep in mind when we are buying our Hoyas or we are taking care of our Hoyas. Whatever variety you have, you do your research about that Hoya and you provide the right conditions to your Hoya plants. So these plants are basically vining plants, and they do need some sort of support like a trellis or a wire hoop or something for them to grow. So there are few mistakes that we all make when we are taking care of the Hoyas. First thing is that assuming that all Hoyas the care needs is the same. That's the first mistake that we all make. So friends, because as I said that Hoyas are tropical plants, there are more than 500 varieties of Hoyas out there. Some Hoyas, they love hot and humid temperature. They can tolerate dry air, whereas some Hoya varieties, they love more cooler temperatures. They are more on the thirsty side, they need more water than other varieties. And a rule of thumb is that the Hoyas with the thicker leaves, the waxy leaves, they are more drought tolerant plants. Like if you do not water them for a week or two, they will still survive. They won't show any signs of dehydration. The leaves won't start drooping or dropping off. But whereas some varieties, they need regular watering, like this one, like Hoya australis. As you can see, the leaves are more shinier, they are thin leaves as compared to Hoya carnosa, and this one needs more watering as compared to Hoya carnosa. So every different Hoya's care needs are different, and that is why we need to make sure that we do our own research about Hoya and take care of them accordingly. Some Hoyas, they bloom in spring and summer. Some Hoyas, they will bloom in fall. So different Hoyas, they bloom at different timings. It also depends on the maturity of the plant, the amount of light that they are receiving, the soil that they are in, the watering and everything. So blooming is a completely kind of a different topic. So different Hoyas, they'll bloom at different timings. So if your Hoya hasn't bloomed till now, you don't need to panic. They might take their own time to bloom. The second mistake that we make is not providing a well draining potting mix for our Hoyas. So many of the times I've seen and I've read Hoyas can be planted in cacti soil or succulent mixes. Well, there is no harm in planting them in cacti soil or succulent mixes. The only thing is that the cacti soil or succulent mixes do not provide that much of draining soil as much it's needed for the Hoyas. Hoyas love a lot of aerated soil. So if you are using cacti or succulent mix, add some more perlite or pumice or coarse sand or charcoal into that soil mix to make it more aerated and more well draining soil. Or what you can do is you can use COCO or you can use pine bark for your Hoyas. Now my Hoyas, both of them are in the same pot in which I bought them, the nursery pot, and they came with the one of like this one, Hoya carnosa, came with the COCO potting mix, whereas Australis came in half peat moss and half COCO. So peat moss actually helps in absorbing a lot of moisture, and that is what is needed for Hoya australis because it's a kind of a more thirsty plant as compared to Hoya carnosa. So you can use COCO as well. This COCO potting mix is more more aerated, more well draining, and the roots of Hoyas, they don't like the soil to be compacted around it. It likes to be more breathy type of soil, and COCO does not retain a lot of moisture. It does retain some amount of moisture, but not a lot of moisture. So I think COCO is the best potting mix for Hoyas. And make sure that your pot has got enough of drainage holes. Keep your Hoyas in a smaller pot instead of a bigger pot because these plants prefer to be root bound. They feel more safe and secure in a snug pot. A snug pot also helps to prevent the risk of root rot because it will hold less of water, it will hold less of moisture. You can also pot your Hoyas in terracotta pots because terracotta pots will help to absorb excess of water, so you can do that as well. There is no need to keep on repotting your Hoyas. You can leave them in the same nursery pot for a long time and they'll be still happy and healthy. Nothing will, like my plants, I have got them from past 1 year. They are doing great in the same pot, in the same soil from past 1 year. So that was the second point. And the third one is not providing enough of humidity and airflow to your Hoyas. So now we all think that, oh, Hoyas are drought tolerant plants, Hoyas can tolerate dry air, Hoyas are succulent type of plants, they don't need a lot of moisture or humidity. But actually that's not true. The Hoyas are tropical plants, they belong to the tropics. So these plants do love humidity. These plants absolutely love humidity, and you will see the benefits. Like if you put your Hoyas in your bathroom or your kitchen where the humidity level is a little bit higher than the rest of the rooms, you will see that in bathroom or higher humidity areas, your Hoya will show much better growth, even though they receive moderate amount of light. But if the humidity is good, they will show good growth and development and also blooming. It will also aid in blooming as well. So I won't say a stagnant humidity, like a suffocated kind of room, not that type of humidity, but make sure that the airflow is there when you're providing humidity to your Hoyas. Make sure that you open up a window or you turn on the exhaust or something so that the airflow is there. So now when the airflow is there, it will not aid fungal growth on top of the leaves of your Hoyas. So airflow as well as humidity is also one of the thing that will help in the growth and development of your Hoya plants and blooming of your Hoya plants. The next point, the next mistake that we all make is thinking that Hoyas are low light plants, like they are low light tolerant plants, they can be kept in the dark side of the room. Well, that's also not true. They are tropical plants. They prefer bright indirect light, like filtered light. They would prefer, if you keep your Hoyas in a bright indirect light, you will see better growth and blooming in your Hoyas. But if you keep them in a low light condition for a very long time or stick them in a darker side for a long time, your plant will not show much of the growth. The variegated varieties, the variegations will go away and your plant will struggle. So keep your Hoyas in a well lit area, but at the same time I would not say to provide a lot of bright indirect light, because a lot of bright light will also fade away the leaves. So give them the right balance of the lighting, not too much of bright light, not too much of low light, like a right amount of light, and these plants will be just fine. The last mistake that we all do is that some of the Hoya varieties, they tend to get very leggy, like this one. Hoya australis is actually well known for its leggy stems, so these plants can also get very leggy. So some people suggest to cut the leggy bit, that will aid side growth, and that will help to, you know, make your Hoyas more bushy. So it's up to you. Well, if you want to cut it and you think that it will show side growth, it's good for you, and you don't like these leggy type of stems, then it's up to you, you can cut it. But I would suggest you to leave it like that, because some of the times it gets leggy because it's preparing for blooming. The plant is saving that energy by not giving out the leaves. That could be one of the reason, and whenever the plant is ready, maybe in a couple of months or couple of weeks, it will give out the leaves on the same nodes that does not have the leaves. So you can leave it like that as well. If you think it looks ugly, like, you know, put some sort of support and make it to train on top of that support, so it will not look ugly. And when the support is provided, the plant will show more growth and more blooming as well. So this I can say would be our last point. So friends, these were some of the mistakes that we make. You research about your Hoya plant, provide the right amount of care that they need, and your Hoyas will be nice and healthy. So friends, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you have any questions, suggestions or queries, please do let us know by commenting in the comment section, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. Do give us a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next time with another exciting video. Till then, stay safe, happy gardening. Bye bye.